Welcome back to one of the automotive channels in all of YouTube. The Wrecto-1 is back once again. Still waiting on the weather to clear up. As you can see, it's even worse than last week. Car's soaking wet. I can't do any painting. I know everyone wants to see the painting and the light bars, but since the weather is so bad right now, there is one thing I can do, and that is mounting the Feniex 100-watt siren and siren control module. That's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to go ahead and get it started up, move it into the shop, and show you what we're going to be doing. Let's get into it. All right, I just plugged the battery back in after sitting for 1 week, so I know the battery's going to be good. Question is, will it run good? Let's see. Let's set you down right there. Yes, sir. Okay. Not quite. Looks like it doesn't really have a tune that knows cold weather. Interesting. Let's set you down up here for a second. Yeah, very weird behavior for LS. I guess we do need a tune. As you can tell, I don't think the engine really likes me anymore. Seems like the tune is even worse than it was before. But it's in here, so let's put the siren on. Fuck it. Alright, so this is the basic, very simple amount of parts for this project. I got a roll of 16 gauge black and a roll of 16 gauge red. This is the Feniex Storm Pro 100 watt siren control. It's pretty simple wiring. It comes with a fuse. I hope that's to stop it from blowing up. I hope it's not for something stupid. But we've got just basic power on the left. Tone 1, I tested this out half a year ago. Tone 1 is the ECTO-1 siren already, so that's lucky for me. And then we've got the wires going to the speaker. And the speaker is just kind of sitting in here right now. Right there. It's kind of just on one bolt, I believe. Yeah, right there. It's kind of fine for now, but I'll go in later and change it. I don't know if I'll film it or not. Just depends on how this goes. I also did notice that I don't have the correct wire ends to do this properly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just set it up, dummy style today and just kind of show you the basic wiring process. I don't have the correct tools, but just kind of make sure the whole system works in the car, install the switch in the dash, and then I'll come back probably either tomorrow or next week at off camera, just hook it up the right way, just put the right ends on it. But just so you know, don't do the exact wiring I'm going to be doing today. But the circuit's all going to be the same. All I'm going to change is the ends later. But I do also want to find step one is find the proper ground and positive that's only on when the key is on, just so it's not draining. And since I don't have a voltage tester, I made one. This is one of the 4 handmade spotlights on the top. And what I've done is I've just kind of twisted some wire together. And I'm going to, if I can set the camera down. Basically what I'm just going to do, I've got these 2 wire ends hooked up to the negative and the positive. And I'm just going to set the negative in here just to show you what we're doing. And then it'll light up whenever I have a circuit. And that disconnected. Cool. Okay, just like that. So then you can see once I touch the red. So what we want, I'm going to be using this around the car trying to find a ground or trying to find a positive that is only on when the key is on. So I need to find one that works. I'm going to turn the key on right now, and then I'm going to shut the car off, like turn the key off, and see if it turns off. And if it doesn't, move to the next one and the next one and so on. All right, there's this block right here that has a couple unused spaces. So I'm going to check and see, just going to run the light on it and see if those work. Because that would be actually really cool if those could work, because they're really close. Oh, is that just for the fan? Darn. It sure sounded like a fan to me. What the top one? That's not gonna work. Okay, I think I'm gonna try to use this cigarette lighter positive. I don't think there's a ground on it, but that's just because I haven't cut the wire yet. But I know it's got a red wire going to it, and the real question is it on all the time or is it only on when the ignition is on? Because it's probably part of the body wiring harness instead of the engine harness. Only time will tell. Let's find out. Okay, so now I'm going to turn the battery on and see if that does anything. Reach over you, pardon me, partner. Nope. But let's just turn that, let's leave that on for a second. See if I can find a good ground spot. So how does that not need a ground? Because there isn't a ground wire going to that sucker. Is it grounding itself? Don't understand. But I do understand that that doesn't work. Actually, Nick saw that because I talked to Hunter and he just said that he wired his straight from the battery. And while I didn't want to do that before, when you think about it, if it's going straight to a switch in the dash, then that's not going to really cause any issue because the circuit's not complete unless the switch is on. So it's really not going to be any drain. So, I mean, it'll look a little ugly, but fuck it, let's do it. So I have ran a wire this one, all the way through here, up here, into that, and into the car where it is hooked to the switch. So then we'll move into the car and install that switch in the dashboard now. All right, I'm under the dashboard, steering wheel right here for reference, and there's these holes. I really want to fit it into this one because it's just the closest to the steering wheel. And I think that would be a perfect spot. I can't really tell if this is a wood or metal bit. I think it's a metal just because of the very tip, and it's also the exact perfect size I need. So, wood or metal, we're just going to send it. Ow! This is killing me. I bet this isn't even an entertaining angle for you guys. All right, I got the hole drilled out properly, and I was going to put this in, but I realized that since I'm wiring this in, the dumb do not do in real life way, and I'm going to have to take it out anyways next weekend in order to put the right fittings on, I'm just going to do one of those. I think I am at the last step. I brought the ground back out here, connected it to the terminal, and I looked back at my old video, and it looks like it has this gray and brown wire, and it looks like those are what is connected to those both 100-watt speaker spots, whatever, in the front of the siren control. So I'm going to run these both directly, and I'm using the red for the gray and the black for the blue. It's probably backwards for what they want, but I'm just remembering it that way, so the red goes on the left and the black goes on the right, which I'm just realizing now is the opposite of this. So it works in my brain, but it's not the smart way. All right, I think I have it all wired up. I've got that new red and black wired into the 100-watt speaker spots. The switch is just sitting right there just right now because I'm gonna have to redo this again just with the right stuff, but it's just so difficult trying to drive into town and back over and over for these things when you live out in the country, so can't really do that right now, but I'm going to see if it works. So it shouldn't turn on right now. Okay, it's not. Good. So thought is I'm gonna just see if it does anything without the key on, because that'll help me understand the system a little bit better. It does not. All right, so I'm gonna turn the key on now. It does not, but the speaker pops. So I think it's getting power to it. I must have did something wrong. Look at my reference video, see if I might have got some wires in the wrong spot. All right, I did make one small mistake. So everything's hooked up except for the tone 1. So I need to hook that to positive, and I'll probably just run it off of this as well. So I'll just get another piece of positive and go for there. I'm fairly sure that's done it. So let's go ahead and try it out. Yep, that does it. It's not perfect. There's something I'm gonna have to change because it's supposed to power down as well, and it doesn't do that. It just kind of stops. So I'm gonna need to do something different with the power switch, but that's a really good sign. Let's get it out of here. Okay, that just made all of the money I put into this car worth it. That's so awesome. Well, that is really, really cool. I went down, I also put some ATF in the trans, just maybe see if that might fix it a little bit. It might have been a little thirsty. We'll find out. We'll drive it again. See if that feels any different. No, it still takes a second to get in reverse. All things considered, the car drives fine. It just doesn't want to shift right. I don't know if it's an issue with the trans or the tune or what. All I know is it doesn't really want to shift. Let's see if that fixes it at all. Get over this hump. I think it shifted. It's not shifting. Yeah, I don't know. This trans might be bogus. Let's see if the neighbors know that the Ghostbusters are in town. That's super cool. Well, guys,
I just wanna be the one you love. I just wanna be the one you love.
Gotta have them ribs. And pussy too.